Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Esme,
And I'm Roger.
and welcome to Roger and Esme Vlogs. Our subject for today,
Signs that your Filipina is just forcing herself in your relationship.
yeah, so she's not true, or she's just not really into your relationship. But
Yes,
before anything else,
somewhat like that. So maraming salamat sa inyong suporta o pagigugma sa among channel.
thank you so much for your support and love, guys. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell for new uploads or new videos.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and start and discuss those signs. And for sure, they're so excited to listen. What are those?
Yeah, of course, especially for people that is having a long distance relationship or that long relationship too. Because if you've been together for how many years, sometimes you ask yourself that is she still is she does she love me like that? Does she love me, or are we still in love with each other? So that's the main question of all couples, right?
Yes, or maybe you can ask, is the connection still the same, or um, is still in love with me?
Yes, true. So let's go ahead. First is she is not affectionate anymore. So most Filipinas are really affectionate, guys, especially for those who date Filipinas. We are so clingy. We most of the time show our affection to our partner. But if you notice that your Filipina is not affectionate anymore and it's redundant, like you mostly see her or she's just cold, right?
Okay, so meaning to say that, or you're telling that the connection is getting low, or there's no connection anymore in your relationship.
Yeah. So it's like she's colder, even though that you didn't have any, like, no problems at all. She's still cold and she's not affectionate anymore. She doesn't really show that she loves you anymore. So that's already an alarm, guys. That's one of the most, I think, the most common things that if a woman is not in love with you anymore. Next is they prefer to be alone most of the time.
Okay, so they don't want to like disturb, or they don't want to talk to you. She prefers to be with maybe someone which is close with her, right? Maybe her friends.
Or she just don't want to see you.
Yeah,
Like it's
something
like
like that.
that. So I would say for me, because I always like to see Roger, I want to talk to Roger. If I would not talk to him, and sometimes I would try to avoid him in one room. That means to say, that's already a red flag for you, right?
Well, yeah, maybe you're hiding something, or um, what happened to you, or is something wrong with you, or our relationship. If that case, much better for you to ask her what happened, like to engage some kind of conversation. And speaking of conversation, the next sign will be they don't engage in any deep conversation. So
Yes.
if you ask her and then she don't want to talk to you anymore, well, yeah, that's a sign where she don't want you to like be on her side.
She would ignore you. That's actually a sign already. Um, the most common thing of a Filipina is we are talkative. There are a few Filipinas that don't really talk so much, but most of us really talk, especially if that person is a special person like you and me, like my husband or my boyfriend. um, we always engage in deep conversation. Maybe she would just say hi, hello, but onwards, she doesn't prolong the conversation with you. She doesn't mingle with you. So that's already a sign.
Well, yeah, if you love the person, there's no like dull moment, and you will find a way to enjoy yourself. Like let's say just talking to each other, and then have fun or have some jokes. Well, that kind of Filipina still in love with you or still into your relationship.
Yes, true. Even though that you're in a long distance relationship, even though that you've been in a long relationship already, she would not change her personality. She would try to really ask conversation, deep conversation about your day. She would try to really mingle with you a lot. But if your Filipina would not do that anymore, that's already a clear sign.
Yeah, like the way she acts, the way she behave, like you can for sure you can really notice it that there will be some changes, right? Because from the start you know her, and then now you're in a long or for how many years, for sure there will be some changes, and you will notice what are those.
Yeah,
Then
true.
yeah, much better to ask her what's wrong with you or what's wrong with our relationship.
Yes.
And
Next.
the next one is she doesn't care about your relationship anymore. So meaning to say, uh, yeah, you're in your relationship, but your relationship is not that important as before.
Yes. Sad to say, that's the most, I think, factful, especially if you've been like 10 and above or like 5 and above years in your relationship. And sometimes if you don't really see each other, especially you don't communicate in your long distance relationship, it can also occur, right?
Agree. So um, she doesn't value the years that you've been together or you've been in a relationship. It's easy for her to like lose you because maybe there's something wrong or there's someone like behind, or let's say a third party, because that's common in a long distance relationship. And she doesn't care about your relationship anymore.
Yeah, she would just let you go in an instant. Like when it comes to having trouble, she would directly say, "Oh, let's break up."
Yeah, let's break up. It's up to you. That's okay for me.
Yeah.
So if you can hear that line to your Filipina, well, that would be a sign. Then if that would be like constant, much better to move on and find the right one or find another person which is worth it for your love.
Yes, true. That's true, guys. Next is they become or they became distant. So once they would like prefer to be alone, most of the time they would avoid you. They would really be at distance. And it's hard to actually start a conversation with those types of people.
Yeah,
Like how can I try to start a conversation if I cannot be with her in one location or one area, right?
exactly. And it's really hard for you to engage or to start a conversation. Um, how much more if you are in a long distance relationship, and then she'll just every time you will send a message, and then she'll say, okay, I'm fine. Well, that's not a conversation, right? So
Yeah.
if the way she text or chat with you, like just replying some simple words, well, you have to really ask her, or just to be frank, um, and just be direct to her, and ask her directly that maybe there's something wrong with our relationship. Can you tell me, or what's the problem with you?
Yes, again and again. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in our next vlog. Bye!
Bye.